Guys, I did that on purpose, for real. I decided to throw it onto the other intro just for, something to do. Anyway, what's going on, everyone? What's happening with Stingy? Stingy, you're back. Last week here, Stingy he said he wanted to see some Canadian sausages on a video, probably about 4 or 5 days ago. And then again on the gaming channel, he commented the same thing. And he's back, everybody. Welcome back. You said you were hiding under a rock. I know you vanished for a couple weeks and then said you were working on a mining shed. And then you were gone and said you're under a rock. And now it's been like a couple months. And now you said you got stuck under that rock. So that sucks. But welcome back. And I also have to say, I do not have any sausages today. I was in town the other day. I went and they were sold out. So I couldn't get any. I have to go back into town later on today. So maybe I can get some today in a different town and potentially have them for tomorrow. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But I don't have any Canadian sausages today, so I'm so sorry. Anyway, welcome back, and let's do a quick roll call. What do we got going on? Also, thank you very much for the 50 knock. Glad to see you back. All right, so we got Rud Putz, Jarl Grey Bear, Dave Collins, Travelers Travels, King Mining, Fud. That was a close call, guys. Fudweiser. I almost failed. That was borderline fail. Ogre MGTOW, Crypto Nico. Let's see who. Try not to repeat too many names here. It's just a minor. Ancient Astronaut, Automatic Beats, Abreshek Rajub. Cascades Queen. Probably butchered that. Tenacious D, what's going on? BDDD, what's happening? Of course, Stingy, what's going on? Dave Milliken, Gordon Murray. It just jumped on me. We got Mark Meir, what's going on? Mo Smith 85. And yeah, awesome. So do you think the merge will happen this year? Hugo, I really don't know. Now, based on the Ethereum devs and their timelines and everything, yes, it will go through in probably a month or two. No, probably not. That's too soon, but maybe, looks like they're already set to start moving on to the merge. If they do it within the same timeline of the previous two testnets, it was about 3 weeks apart. So within like 3 weeks, we could see the third and final testnet go live. We'll kind of talk about it a little on, but the third and final testnet is their largest testnet that they have. And it's pretty much allegedly identical to mainnet. So if that testnet does go successful like the previous two, pretty much they're ready to roll and they could implement. They'll probably give themselves a couple more weeks, maybe a month to get things settled. And they could, in theory, drop the merge probably around end of August, early September, based on that type of time frame. So it could happen. But in the background, their rumors are still floating from large mining farms and people who allegedly are friends with the devs saying 2025. There's other things going on. What's really the truth? I have no idea. So what's really going to play a factor here, because like I said earlier, I really thought they were going full steam ahead on implementing the merge on the PR standpoint. Let's just get to the super chat. Stingy38, thank you much for the 50 knock again. Okay, that's okay. I can wait, but don't forget it. I will not forget it. Never. We will try to find you some Canadian sausages, 100%. And, thank you very much. But yeah, so they were going full steam ahead. They didn't really care about user bases, anything. They were going to allow up to 25-second block times, do whatever they had to do to really push out that merge. And I was really surprised that they actually delayed the difficulty bomb. Some of you guys may not be, but I really was, because think about it. They really wanted to push it. They said we could go to 25 seconds. Their whole merge time frame was around potentially end of August, early September. And that's when we would have seen potentially 25 to 30 second block times. Now, 30 seconds was supposed to be too high, and they were okay with 25. But that's when we would have hit there. And that's around the time frame we're still kind of looking at here. So delaying the difficulty bomb didn't really need to be done, although it does put a little bit of pressure on them to work a little faster. So they delayed it, just kind of eased some of that so they didn't have to delay it again. Remember, they can drop the merge at any time. It doesn't have to, the difficulty bomb doesn't even have to go off where it's currently set for November or September. They could drop the merge early September. They could drop it end of August if they think it's ready. That could very well happen. The difficulty bomb won't affect any of that. They just drop that total difficulty value, TDD, and boom, the merge is ready to roll. Now, So anyway, back to what I was saying. So I didn't anticipate them to expand or delay that difficulty bomb because we're still in their time frame. And then all the rumors started flying about 2025, 2024, end of 2024, inside information is resulting deals with devs and so on. And then next thing you know, they had a successful first merge test and then they go out delaying the difficulty bomb or anything. So then I started wondering, are any of those background rumors true? There's potentially that they could be, but again, we don't know. As it looks right now on the PR Ethereum team, we could see a merge end of August, sometime early September. But again, if they get this next testnet and it successfully goes through, and if we see a delay at that point, then I can really start to think, these rumors probably are true. And if they don't do any type of delay or any type of talks, we will see a merge. So right now we're 50-50. We really have to see what happens on this third and final testnet to see what happens. Now, one thing I'm still curious about is they are still having issues, last I heard, with the shadow merge test. Now, the shadow merge is where both chains, proof of work as well as proof of stake, they're running side by side. And if anything starts going wrong, they flip switches and they can go to POS to validate and they can go to proof of work to validate. Now, that's kind of like, I guess, a security plan B and C all together. So say they merge and they have issues or something actually happens on mainnet, they can swap back to proof of work and everything will be, back to kind of okay. But that's what the shadow merge is kind of going on, where they can switch back and forth. But last I heard, they're having issues on that. So I don't know if they're going to play on that because I haven't really heard much about it lately. All I've been hearing is how great the last testnet and everything has been going, and one testnet ready to go and they're ready to roll out. It's almost like they swept the shadow merges under the rug and they don't really care anymore. So they really must be confident that they're not going to run into issues if they're not trying to really fix that. So I don't really know the full story of what's going on, just kind of the information I've seen so far. So there we go. Elton Kane, if ETH is going POS, then why is the new E9 just released? That's because Bitmain, they've been mining on this thing for who knows how long. They want to make some more money. There are people buying it. I'm guarantee you people bought that thing. Looking at it, we're like, it's not going to buy it. Now, a funny thing is here, I messaged Bitmain and I was asking them if it can mine Ethereum Classic. And they said, yeah, it can mine all this. Okay, this is legitimately my response. I don't want to bring up the email because I don't know if there's other incriminating stuff in there. But just the big wrap up is, yes, they said the E9 can mine all Ethash coins, including Ethereum Classic. And then I messaged them back and said, hey, you got, like, this is Bitmain we're talking about. I'm pretty sure they know what's going on. But I'm like, you guys know that ETC is no longer Ethash, right? This is an ETC hash since the Thanos fork like 6 to 8 months ago. It's not on the Ethash algorithm. Can your miner actually mine it? And then they said, I'll have to get back to you. I was like, okay. And then they emailed me back and said, yes, we spoke to our technical team and stuff, and the E9 can mine Ethereum Classic as well. Now, they didn't say ETC hash. They said ETH hash again, and they also said, yes, it's confirmed it can mine Ethereum Classic. So I still don't know if it can or not. I don't want to be like, hey, guys, this thing can actually mine Ethereum Classic. It's still good for X amount of years because Ethereum Classic is the second largest coin that pays out miners. It's your next best shot, and it's going to be overran with ASIC. So obviously, these ASICs will remain profitable depending on your power price, and how many ASICs actually hit it will come into play. But, until it gets really huge spikes, GPUs will not be able to compete with these ASICs unless your power is free. But that is another place to go, and Bitmain did confirm to me through emails that it can mine Ethereum Classic, but I still don't want to put a confirmation out there because they still said Ethash. So I don't really know what the full story is. I can't say for sure if it can mine ETC, but they told me it could. I don't know, guys. Very interesting. But most of all, they mined on it, and they're just trying to dump it into the market. It's only $10,000. Imagine if they released this thing in the height of the bull run. That probably would have been like a $70,000 or $80,000 miner. Seriously, that thing would have been insanely expensive. Now they're releasing that $10,000. So I don't really know. But I also think Bitmain fails here, and I plan on doing a video on this, but let's talk about this, seeing how we're on this subject now. I wanted to wait till later on to talk about this, but let's go into ASIC miner value. Now, here we have the E9, and before we first looked at this, it was supposed to be like 3 gigahash and, less power. Like, this thing is going to be a monster. Sorry, I keep burping, guys. This thing is going to be a monster when it releases. But looking at it, this is probably one of the worst Ethash and ETC miners you can buy. This is probably the dumbest thing Bitmain has ever done. For real. I legitimately think this. Look at that. 2.4 gigahash. It was nerfed a bit and stuff, but 2.4 gigahash for 1920 watts. Okay. Look at the Jasminer X4. 2.5. More hash rate and less power. It's like 7, what is that? 9, 8. Yeah, it's like 680 watts less for more hash rate than the E9. That makes zero sense. Maybe it comes down to price or something. I don't know what the price range is here. But even look at the X4 1Q. 1 gigahash for 480 watts. So that means 2.08 gigahash at about 960 watts. 2 gigahash, 960 watts. And here we have 2.4 gigahash for almost 2,000 watts. That's insane. 2 gigahash for less than 1,000 watts. So the E9 is absolutely a horrible buy. Unless, you know, maybe we have, let's look into this. How much memory does it actually have? Because that could dictate. Doesn't even have the memory here. Anybody know how much memory this thing has? It better have at least like 8 gigabytes. Because if it doesn't, this thing is horrible. Garbage. Absolute garbage, Bitmain. I don't know what you guys are doing. Can you upgrade the RAM on the Jasminers? Most are low at 5 or 6. Yeah, the Jasminers, they only got 5 gigabytes. And I've been talking to Jingle Mining and Sunloon, who is the creators of Jasminer. And no, they are not upgradable. But it sounds like they may be implementing newer ones. I don't know yet. That's still not confirmed. I'm still not sure. I'm up in the air on that. But this is, and depending on the memory here, like this thing better have 6 to 8 gigabytes. Because if it doesn't, Bitmain, this is probably the worst miner you could possibly buy today. And I plan on looking at this more in depth here and making a video on it and kind of going through it, hash to watt ratios, price to comparisons and stuff. But yeah, based on pure statistics here, this thing is horrible. Absolute garbage, Bitmain. Sorry about that. Those Jazz miners only have 5 gigabytes. The E9, so the E9 does have 6 gigabytes, so it gives you a little bit of time to mine. Now remember, it's still not that efficient though. E9 has 6 gigabytes, 302, not bad. So maybe let's just actually look at the FDEG size. Let's go DEG size calculator. So let's just have a look here. We're gonna look at miner stat. You're gonna have a look at ETC, because remember, if you're looking into these miners, most likely it's gonna be for Ethereum Classic if they support it. So Jazz miners, 5 gigabytes. You're good till 2028 on the Jazz miners, and I guess 6 gigabytes. You get 32 or something. 2031. So the end of December of 2031 for 6 gigabytes. And remember, this is the same time that pretty much all your GPUs are going to follow ETC as well. A lot of them are 6 gigabytes at this point. Unless they do another fork, drop it back down. I have no idea. You know, they could do that. But it looks like 2031 on 6 gigabyte DAGs and 2028 for 5 gigabyte DAGs on ETC. But so personally myself, I would, it would actually come down to price, but I'd still probably roll Jazz miners over that because it is more efficient. Long term, you have, what is this? 8, 7, 6. You have 6 years of mining on this thing soon. And I don't know the lifespan of an ASIC. It all depends how you're running it. Is it super hot where you are? Is it in a giant farm? You know, that all dictate, you know, the lifespan of it. But I think 6 years is probably a pretty good lifespan if you don't have any technical issues on any type of, you know, any type of miner, whether it's a GPU or anything. What's the DAG for ETC hash? It's low. The current DAG on ETC, let's just do a refresh here just to show you what we're at right now. That's not right. Oh, let's go to ETC. ETC, what is the current? So we're sitting at 3 gigabytes. We're only at 3 gigabytes right now. So remember a lot of those little iPollo mini classics. So they still have a good year and some on them, 3.6. They're good till May of 2024, a year. That is plenty of enough time to ROI those little bad boys, plus get bonus on top of that, especially if you hodl for the next bull run and then you sell at that point. You're going to times this. You're going to pay this thing off at least 5 times easily. But, you know, once ETH is gone, obviously that difficulty is going to drop. And right now is your prime time to mine pretty much any GPU mineable coin because the yields are greatly going to drop when that difficulty spikes. But yeah, we have plenty of time here for a lot of these things here. Anyway, so what was our next topic I wanted to talk about? Oh yeah, let's talk a little bit about Nexia, Neoxa. So this is my original screenshot when I first looked at it on what to mine. And you can see it was in first place. Now let's take note of a few things here. 78 cents after power. This is utilizing Kapow, which is the same as Ravencoin and, you know, FearoPow. They're little variants, but they're all the POW type of things. And personally, myself, I don't mind Kapow or any of these POW algorithms unless I absolutely have to. It really has to be 10 or 15% more profitable than the next best coin that's energy efficient for me to mine it, because it's just going to boost my power price up an extra couple cents. So it makes 0 cents for me to mine, especially this looks like it is a fair bit higher at this point, but still myself, I would mine Ethereum, or if there's something else, I guess Ethereum over top of this, because I just save that much more in power. Even though this is reading 79 cents after and that's saying 78, I would really go above it. And cheaper power, the better you are. But anyway, look at this. It's saying $1.21 before power, 78 cents after power. Now, if we look at it today, a 3070 right now, we can see that NEO greatly dropped in profitability. So let's have a look at this. We're down to 37 cents, 80 cents after power. So what happened here? We didn't even double the hash rate. We're at 69, so we need about 120, almost 130 gigahash to double the hash rate. And we didn't even hit the double point, and it collapsed in terms of profitability. Now, the price didn't really drop either. If we actually look at it here, we're actually up from when? You guys can't really see that because I'm horrible. Let me just can you guys kind of see this over here? So right now it's in at 0.0048. And when I first looked at it, we're at 0.003 cents or so when I dropped the video and everything. So the price is actually up from what it was. So more miners coming in did bring a little bit of value. We do have some hash rate slowly coming off the network, but look how bad the difficulty affected that. And I thought this was a nice test. That's why I did do those screenshots, is we didn't even double that, and the profitability dropped quite a bit, you know, from the hash rate coming in, and the price is actually up. This is just a small thing to maybe open your eyes with on how things may look after Ethereum. So I really think the profitability on GPUs in the futures literally comes down to how many miners quit, because we're going to need a really low difficulty for these things to be fairly profitable. And even at the next bull run, you know, we're used to $30, $40, $50 a day mining Ethereum on like 2 gigahash or something. We may only be down to like, you know, maybe $10 at the peak of the next bull run, depending on how much hash rate's actually left. But at the same time, bear runs give a nice reset. Miners may not come back once they leave, which means we will see a steady growth coming in. Obviously, we'll see more miners coming in, but hopefully, I'm not saying hopefully, like I'm not saying, hey, you guys quit mining because, you know, it makes it better for everyone else. I'm just saying things are definitely going to change. Now, one more, let's actually go through that DevCore thing now. We're kind of jumping all over the place. I'm not really running on a type of schedule thing here, but let's have a look at the whole Ethereum. So Great Glacier, this was the delay of the difficulty bomb. We all know what's going on there. Let's talk about the merge update. So we're getting closer and closer to moving away from proof of work on Ethereum, with Sepolia now merged. Only a single testnet merge remains. This is Gorelli Prater. Why the validator said on Sepolia is permission. Everyone can run a node on Prater and run the merge with Gorelli if the blah, yada, yada, yada. Doing their checklist. Let's see what we got to look at. Don't care about any of this. Scrolling through. Where does it say it all? Where is it? I read it here somewhere. Where this is their biggest next steps. Is this it? Oh yeah, here it is. Next steps. So Great Glacier out of the way. Client teams are now squarely focused on the merge. Gorelli being both the last testnet and the one with the largest community. We'd like its merge to resemble what we expect to happen on mainnet as much as possible. So this is the last testnet going through. It'll probably happen within, 3 weeks to a month. They're wrapping up right now, starting to get the hash rate on it, and they're moving closer and closer to that TDD. So depending on hash rate depends when they'll actually hit that and implement the merge on here. But when they do, this is suspected to be as close to mainnet as they possibly can get because it's such a large testnet. This way, stakers, node operators, and developers can have one proper dress rehearsal before the real thing. So pretty much, if this goes through, 1 month after the success of this is when we could potentially see the merge happening on mainnet. So according to this timeline, yes, it's going to happen within probably 2-3 months tops, and Ethereum mining will be gone. Will it happen? Again, I have no idea, guys, but I know we're talking about now the merge. When they actually do this, it's still a one-way trip on Ethereum for stakers. They cannot pull anything off, but it does look like they're already working on the sharding process to allow removal. So as you can see here, EIP 4844 is proto dark sharding. Proposes an intermediate sharding specification for Ethereum, which sets the foundation for full sharding. So the first steps of sharding, they're already working on that for, post-merge here. And while also immediately enable lowering transaction fees on L2s, full website details of proposal and benefits. There are currently 2 parallel 4844 development tracks. The preparation of the KZG, it almost sounds like the KGB here. I don't know what's going on with this, but whatever. Ceremony and prototype implementations of the changes in clients. So regardless, they're getting the first steps going. They're starting to implement, or at least not implement, but they're working on getting the sharding process. And this is what's going to allow all the transactions and stuff. Now, I know a lot of people, you're speculative. There's a lot of people speculative that Ethereum should not merge in a bear market, when honestly, that's probably one of their best times to merge, because stakers, everything's cheap, guys, so people can buy more Ethereum cheaper for staking, stuff like that. I know we have everyone pulling out of the markets, everything that's going on with Celsius and everything else, but Ethereum isn't that. They're their own thing. They have massive clientele base, massive user base. So, obviously people can buy at a discount in a bear market. And really, I think they really want to get focused as sharding. By the next bull run, I think is when they want to have sharding implemented. That way, all the transactions can be moving, full POS, set the roll by the next bull run, and then they're going to go through their triple halving process, and everything's going to go pretty insane. And Ethereum could potentially see some new all-time highs, fair bit higher. At least that's what a lot of people are saying about. I know as a miner, we're saying there's no use case for Ethereum. There's no this. No one's going to be talking about it anymore, but their user base, guys, is huge. We cannot deny that fact. Okay, so we kind of went through that, looking at some timelines. Who knows what's going to happen there? What do you guys got going on in the chat? It's a sign prices will go lower. Hopefully the economy will bounce back, except homeowners will be crying if they hadn't sold like me. Yeah, 69 XT below. Oh, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the Pulsar thing. I forgot about that. So we had some people pulling, on AMD cards seem to be doing very well on Pulsar still. So let's calculate 6 mega hash. That's still about 84 cents before power on like a 6800 XT or something. Let's just go to what to mine. What's a 6800 XT looking like on what to mine right now? Calculate. Kapow, $1.14. So it looks like Ravencoin, but then your power's up 66 cents after. ETH is $1.13. So obviously it's not up there, but it is top 5. Maybe top 6. So Pulsar on GPUs is still top 6 or so. So that's actually not too bad. Now, we are dictating it. Pulsar does plan on moving. It sounds like they are going to go forward with having a hard fork back to CPUs. So originally, Pulsar was stated to be a CPU mineable coin. Wild Rig did drop a GPU miner on it. The hash rate went through the roof. If you have a CPU on Pulsar, I highly urge you to take it off. You cannot compete with them GPUs, at least on that algorithm. So they are going to hard fork to a new type of algorithm. The coin and everything's going to remain exactly the same. It'll just be a new algorithm by the sounds of things, and it will go back to strictly CPU mining only. So if you're a CPU miner, I would really pay attention to this, because the first couple days right after that hard fork is probably going to be extremely profitable. So keep an eye on it. Move as soon as you find out they're hard forking. I would swap rigs over that fast, because you're probably going to hammer out a bunch of blocks, whether you're solo mine, pool mine, don't matter. There's going to be a really quick, low difficulty moment there, and you're probably going to be able to capitalize on it. So CPU miners, be on the lookout for that, because I know I'm definitely going to be watching it. Okay, so next step here. Now, this one may cause, I want to kind of talk about this, but there may be, depending, what you're into, there may be some turmoil here. Some of you guys are going to disagree with me. Some of you guys may agree with me. And I don't know the answer to this. This is pure speculation. But let's talk about Flux. Flux. Now, let's take a look at this. I know a lot of us are pumped for this. A lot of you guys are thinking Flux is the future. I know DJ Mines is here. He's all pumped up. Look, excited, can't wait. He's ready to roll. But seriously, guys, have you guys really thought about this? really thought about what's going on with proof of useful work. Now, instead of solving randomized algorithms, Flux GPU mining will be directed at solving real world problems through distributed computing such as machine learning, deepfake detection, and rendering for folding at home and more. Now, have you guys really thought about what that means? Me looking at that, it's like awesome. Proof of useful work will do rendering, all these things, but I really think most miners out there are not going to be able to do this. This will turn into like a new file coin in my mind. This is just the way I'm thinking right now. And I have some videos planned out. I don't want to mention it on this live stream because people will probably steal my ideas, but I really think that there's a lot more to this that people don't realize. If you know about Filecoin at all, it takes a beast of a computer. Like, you need a massive bulky CPU. You need a massive bulky GPU. You need a fast hard drive. It's like a 10, 20,000 PC just for Filecoin. Now, looking at this, I'm thinking it might be the same because seriously, now I know what you're thinking. You're like, what's Rabid talking about? Where's the point here? Now think about it. We're mining on GPUs, we're using risers and all this stuff. Risers are ×1 PCI Express speeds. When you render, you're using ×16. You're using PCI Express lanes. You're using all these things. So you might have to build a PC. Every PC will have to be a fully built PC to utilize this. If you're really doing deep fake learning and you're really rendering stuff, you're not going to be rendering on ×1. And this is kind of the stuff I do want to test, rendering differences and stuff and speeds to see how it actually performs. Because right now, I'm just up in the air right now. I'm just trying to wrap my mind about it, how it actually works. But it doesn't really, right currently, until I do my own testing, make sense to me that you're going to take a ×1 slot full GPU mining rig and throw it on rendering, where a guy running a 3090 or now maybe the new 4090s with like 24 to 48 megabytes of memory on that at ×16 PCI Express 5 full speed was probably going to outperform all 12 of your 3080s on ×1. So this is what I'm kind of thinking about here is people aren't really realizing what may or may not be happening in this whole situation. It might take a lot more hardware to run this whole proof of useful work thing. At the same time, we also have mixed situations going on about Web 3 and Web 5. Now, supposedly they're going to kind of mix and turn into a Web 5. I don't really know. I'm looking into the details, but Web 3 sounds like it might be scrapped, and Web 5 is actually being built on the Bitcoin blockchain by whoever wanted to first implement it. So there's a whole bunch of questions I have out there on what's going on here. I think really they're trying to do way too much, and if they have any hiccups somewhere, it's just going to crash the whole thing. So trying to do too much instead of slowly easing into it may be a bad thing. I don't really know. But I would really pay attention to what's going on, because I don't think normal GPU mining rigs is able to perform on this like potentially data centers. Data centers and stuff like that are probably going to be a lot better at this proof of useful work stuff than, you know, your standard GPU miner running ×1 slots. But again, I don't know the full truth on the situation. Maybe some of you guys could fill me in. Like I said, I don't really follow Flux too closely, but a lot of you guys do. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that. What do you guys, does that make sense to some of you guys? Like, are you really like, well, building your PC like that, like, will that proof of useful work? Like, I know when I render videos, I'm not running on a ×1 PCI Express slot. I'm running my ×16. I'm running PCI Express 4, new motherboards, PCI Express 5, and you really, depending on the program, like Adobe Premiere is more of a CPU dependent. Other ones are GPU. The program I use, if you're adding effects or if you're running loops or anything else, the GPU side renders certain things and the CPU side renders others. So it's utilizing more of my PC to get the renders done faster, but it's all done at full speed. You're not limiting it out down to ×1 or anything. So it's just some things that I think that we should probably start thinking about. And could this potentially be the next Filecoin type of rig setup that you're going to need for that? But again, I don't really know. I don't know. It's pure speculation at this point. Would have everyone fired at all the places I work as a teen. Oh, crazy. Doesn't it just use a partial file to render, compute, then combine all after? It might. Like, I don't know. But you got to remember, if you're rendering stuff, you need your full power. Now, on top of that, we don't undervolt. So we're also, that's one point I forgot to leave out too. When you're rendering, you're not cutting your GPU power down by 50, 60%. You're not cutting and limiting your threads on your CPU. You're not cutting down you know, X amount of memory. You may be overclocking it. You may be running full TDP. So you're also going to be utilizing a lot more power and a lot more heat while doing this type of processes at the same time. So I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things to me that I really don't have the answers for, but I got the questions to them. So maybe one day they can answer that. Who knows? Maybe I can have them on the channel and ask them straight out, how is this going to work? Because to me, it doesn't look like it's going to do much other than use more power and be more expensive as a miner. But that's just me. Okay, what do we got here? Dave Collins, it's just a normal PS, except it is only the 6 or 8 pinouts. When we talk about Flux has PO for work, I think proof of useful and POW will have to run at the same time. Proof of work wouldn't validate the Flux blockchain. Yeah, that's very interesting too. Like, how are they running dual chains here? I don't know. Like I said, you start getting involved into a whole bunch of different things, and if something gets an issue somewhere, like it could just collapse it all. So I don't know. There's definitely some interesting stuff going on, great potential in the future, but there's a lot of unanswered questions that I don't think people are really thinking about or looking at that I'm kind of trying to see here. Are you talking about server PSUs? Don't start getting loud. Yeah, about 70 to 80%. Yeah, you don't notice server PSUs really ramping up because that's when they start warming up at that 80%. But just like most power supplies, guys, you really got to run them at 50%. If you guys saw my video when I was going to run those gold shells and everything, mini box miners off that server PSU, I couldn't get the IPOLs to work because of the thing, but I could find some other cables. But regardless, you know, you want to look at the specs of your power supply, whether it's an ATX, server power supply, whatever. Look up the efficiency curves, and most of them are at 50%. Now, there are some server PSUs where the top efficiency is hanging around 75, 80%. So if those are the ones, you know, that's awesome. But most PSUs out there, the peak efficiency is 50%. And that's just the way you want to roll out. If you really want to maximize your profits, cut your power costs. And remember, the bigger and bigger your farm is, the more and more you are going to benefit from all these little things put together. So keep that stuff in mind. Yeah, you drew me into the PS discussion. I just check it out and I just got to start talking. I see a question, I go with it. Oh, ATG 2001, what's going on? I have 3 Flux nodes of Furo and pre-search running on them. Oh, do you got a Furo node also? Also? Awesome. So I guess you're benefiting the miner reward swaps from miners going to the node side. So that might be a good coin to actually stake in. Obviously in the bear run, guys, staking in a way on the bear run is a very profitable way. It really drops down your, I guess, expenses in terms of power costs. Staking uses next to 0 power. And that's a benefit I see in Pulsar is I'm finding 2 or 3 blocks a day, just staking, not using any power on the server PC. It's just sitting there running idle, doing other stuff as well. So I consider that no power cost because obviously I got my CPU and the GPU in there mining other things. So the power is going to those other things. But yeah, staking is a really good way to make passive income. Obviously, you got to buy it, but there's a lot of coins now. It seems like they are implementing a staking type of concept to a lot of them. So that's really cool. That's a really good thing to see on a lot of them. iNodes takes Furo now, but I think we all got, yeah, iNodes does have Furo now. I found it interesting when they did that. They swapped the whole iNodes infrastructure around just for Furo, but it's kind of good. You are getting those daily rewards now. They do say more features are coming soon. I don't know what they are because I know a lot of you guys are asking, is it still only monthly withdrawals? And yes, it is still only monthly withdrawals. Maybe they'll upgrade sometime in the future to weekly withdrawals or something. That'd be kind of cool. Remember, I got all my Raptorium in with iNodes. It's just holding out there, doing its own thing. And then eventually I do hope to pull it out. Like, I'm going to wait for the next bull run. I hope they put it to weekly because monthly is going to be kind of insane. But remember, so my game plan is pretty much, because as we know, when the prices start going up, we have a couple months till we actually hit that peak. So when you start to see the prices, you know, start move that dramatic increase, moving up, we're like, okay, we're moving into the bull run, guys. And no, we have seen some increases right now. We're not moving into bull run. We're still in the bear market. Expect the prices to crash. No matter what people say out there, you know, we're past this cap. We're on a surge. We're doing a breakout. It's It's not happening, guys. This happened every other time in the past. We are still not at the bottom yet. It's going to happen sometime at the end of this year. Just be prepared for it. We're not breaking out of anything yet. But end of 2024, potentially 2025, that is when I really think the next bull run will hit. And when you start seeing those prices increase, I'm going to go, this is my strategy right now. I'm telling you guys, if you guys can not financial advice, you can do it or you don't have to do it. But when I start to see the prices go up, we have a good month or two till we do usually see the spike coming in. So I'm going to start my withdrawals on Raptorium and stuff. Next bull run, I plan on selling anything I'm hodling. If we just hodl for life, you're never going to make anything. You're just, oh, it's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. But if you play the cycles right, as we look in previous live streams and the video I did on that Bitcoin, you know, the bottom's not here stuff and when the next future will be, play the cycles. 2013, 2017, 2021 and 2025 are the 4-year cycles of when we've seen the bull run every single time. And the same bottom and 80 to 84% drop happened every single one as well. So play it, sell at that top, hodl it, wait for that, save that fiat, let it crash again, buy in at the bottom, play the cycles and do it. So I plan on selling next bull run. I'm selling everything I got. I am not hodling. You can hodl all you want. But if you're, if we were in the bull run, I could have had $50,000. If I would have sold my Raptorium when it pumped to 8 cents there last time, I had about $50,000 worth of Raptorium. And now it's down to like $1,500. Think about it. If I would have sold there, saved all that, bought in right now, I would have been a massive increase moving into the next run. But so next time I'm going to do that. I'm selling everything here. And obviously bull runs get bigger. I hope Raptorium maybe it'll hit 20 cents, 25 cents next bull run. That'd be insane. You know, I really think it's a great project moving in the future. And if they hit 25 cents and I sell everything I got, nice. Obviously, my CPUs have all paid for themselves. Actually, the new ones I just got, they haven't paid for themselves yet because I just got them. But, you know, the CPUs before that, they pretty much ROI'd. I didn't sell, so technically they didn't ROI, but they made enough to sell. Like I said, I had like 50,000 there. Did it. So I'm waiting for the next bull run. I will be selling my Raptorium. I will be selling any Ethereum I'm holding. I will be selling Bitcoin. I'll be selling any coins I'm hodling. It's all going to go bye-bye. All my KDA, everything, selling it. Goodbye. Gone. Because these cycles happen every single time. Make your profits, guys. Do it. Again, not financial advice. You don't have to do this. I'm just telling you what I'm going to be doing next time. This is legitimately what I'm going to do. Anyway, let's take a look. SEC is examining staking now and seeing it as evidence of a security. Going to be in the news within the next year. Yeah, they're always trying to figure something out. Hey, how about you guys probably heard about Canada the other day? I'm shooting some tweets out about it. Like, seriously, Canada yesterday was wiped out. All of Canada could not use any debit machines or anything anywhere. You could use credit. Maybe it was a scam to get everyone to up their credit cards because, you know, you have a high percentage on your credit card, so that's all you could use, and they just dismantled all that. But seriously, Rogers going down, wiped out the entire country in terms of debit, other banking things. And I did not realize that I knew Rogers were trying to buy out more and more companies and people, but I didn't know they ran pretty much the whole country when it comes to debit. Like what happened to TD and everyone else here? Like they still have their own type of things, but yeah. Rogers outage. So these are the things that crypto can fix. I could not use my debit card anywhere I went. And I went to town the other day. So I used Bitcoin. I bought, you know, some groceries. I got gas. I got other things with legit Bitcoin. I used my Bitcoin in Canada to purchase stuff. That was awesome. Use case. Goodbye fiat. You don't need it. And I really need to find a way. I know it's next to impossible, but I need to figure out how to not use a bank account at all. But it's next to impossible, so I can't do it. Oh my gosh, the fees, every monthly fees just for having an account and all these things is retarded. They're just gouging everybody. It's crazy. But yeah, I legitimately used Bitcoin to purchase groceries, gas, all sorts of things yesterday because the debit machines were out. I didn't tell nobody that. Next time I'm going to tell people. They said, how are you paying? I'm going to say Bitcoin. And they're going to be like, what? And I'm going to record it because I think I'm going to walk around one day and just ask people, have you heard of crypto? Have you heard of Bitcoin? I think that would make a nice video to see because as we know, only allegedly like what, 2 or 3% of the world really are into crypto and like 5 or 10% have heard about crypto. But majority of the world doesn't really understand or even know what crypto is. So Just think about it. If we're getting prices like this and we're all talking about it like this, and we're only at a fraction of world population that know about it, how big could crypto actually become? That's insane. And another thing is, what about oh, what was it? What was it? Lost my train of thought now, but crap. Totally forgot what I was talking about. Horrible me. Okay, I was talking about people, and that was something really cool and important. Now I don't even know what it was. Anyway, forget about it. Box five. Oh yeah, it was the millionaire thing. So think about this. So there's over 50 million millionaires or something like that in the world. People that are millionaires at least or above, right? And there's what? Or actually, what is it? I gotta look this up again. Total Bitcoin supply. What is this? Yeah, 21 million. Yeah, so that's right. So there's like 50, 100 million plus millionaires. That's counting billionaires, everyone, but at least a millionaire. There's like over 50 to 100,000 plus millionaires in the world. Now think about this, seriously. And there's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be minted. And we've lost a lot of Bitcoin in the past and stuff, so you can drop that number more. But what if every millionaire in the world wanted 1 Bitcoin? There's not enough Bitcoin for every millionaire to buy 1 Bitcoin. What will that do for the price of Bitcoin? Seriously, think of these little things as things grow. It's impossible for every millionaire to have 1 Bitcoin. Crazy, guys. Crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. With your masker on, everyone runs away then. Yeah, everyone runs away. No, I'll be behind the camera. I'll roll into Tim Hortons. After I'd be Wick, I gotta roll into Tim Hortons and be like, hey, do you guys take Bitcoin? What? You just did. Thank you very much. Give me my ice cap. Oh, that'd be a good video, I think. Coolio. Anyway, RabidMining's new channel will be filming himself walking into different venues and saying he's paying with BTC. Doesn't have to be a new channel. I'll do it on this one, but I don't know. I think that'd be fun though. Just walk in. Bitcoin. LTC having about, yeah, that's right. Litecoin is having a halving here soon. Let's just actually look. There's a bunch of halvings and stuff coming up. Now remember, now let's just talk about halvings for a second. So Ravencoin recently had a halving. Ethereum will be undergoing a triple halving coming into the future here with the proof of stake and everything. Maybe I'll do a video on that somehow if you're unsure what that means. But legitly, like once it all moves to POS and everything's implemented, right now the block rewards 2. It's going to legitly be by the emissions coming into the coin. It's going to be a triple halving, and that's supposed to increase price. So we have Ravencoin, we have Litecoin moving. Everything's leading up to this next bull run of halvings. Obviously, the profitability drops because you're getting less block rewards, but then the prices come up, the hash rate drops off, it balances out and comes back in. That's why we have more and more efficient miners each type of cycle that goes through. But regardless, we're moving into these halving schedules, and then Litecoin's set to do this. We have not seen, because everything happens kind of towards the end of the bull run, just like we've seen in the past. All these halvings are happening at this point. And as miners, we're like, oh my gosh, why are you doing this? Ergo just did this. And Ergo's actually helping everybody because their emission schedule got extended like 14 years instead of being dropped to a straight 7 years. They pretty much doubled their emission schedule. So we would be way out of Ergo before even potentially the set 2 more cycles from now. Bear run of the after the next cycle is when Ergo would be gone if they wouldn't have done this. So that's pretty insane thinking about it. But we're getting these cycles. They're doing it in the bear runs and then obviously moving into the bull runs. That's why we also see a lot of these price spikes, because there's less coins coming in. The value of these coins do grow greatly because you can't get it as easily. So that's why we also see these as well, I think, in my mind. So right now, we're just like, oh, less rewards, less rewards. We're banging our heads on the wall. We're like, why are these coins hurting all of us on GPUs and stuff? But we will see nice price gains in the next bull run because of it. In theory, we think. So keep that in mind, guys. I see stupidity in myself. ETH hits 4K. You lock in your ETH and it drops to 1K. You are in the red forever unless ETH ever comes back to 4K plus. That's very true. There's a lot of price predictions that ETH could hit 20,000. Yeah, I don't know if it'll get that high, but I really think it's going to hit some new all-time highs. And as you know, when crypto hits all-time highs, people always buy at the all-time high, and then the governments come in and say, oh, you guys lost all your money. It's too volatile, yada, yada, yada. And then we're back into this bear cycle. We see this every single cycle, guys. All-time high comes in. You have Reddit and, all these projection guys saying 1 million Bitcoin, you know, 200,000 Ethereum, just totally out there. And then it'll be like, it's never going to go down. This is different this time. It's not happening. And then the cycle comes to an end and it crashes. And this is normal. It happens every time. And now we're in the crash cycle where it's going down. Oh no, we hit the bottom. We hit the bottom. It's going back up now. We hit the bottom. Oh no, we're losing more. We're still going down. And this happens every bear run. This happens every bull run. And just remember everything that's going on here. And it's going to happen again. We're going to run into that next bull run around 2025. Everyone's going to be saying absurd high numbers of how high things will go. And then again, they're going to say it's different this time. We're in a bigger cycle. There's too much money involved. And then it's going to crash. It's going to crash again, guys. Just keep this stuff in the back of your head that this is absolutely normal what's going on. Yes, the news may say this. The news may say that. Maybe they're trying to do this. The feds are trying to do that. Who cares what mainstream media is telling you? That is just bought out publicity from the government trying to brainwash you guys. So just ignore all that and just know that these cycles are normal. It's going to drop. It's going to hit the bottom. And we're going to go back up in 4 years again to the next bull run. That's just the way I see it. But it's like always, not financial advice. All-time high comes in. People flood the channel asking what equipment to buy for 30K for someone who is afraid of... Yeah, I know. That's insane. Obviously, views go up and things go crazy. And obviously right now, views are very, very low to what they were compared to past bull runs. So that sucks, but we got to keep on chugging along, keep on relaying information, look for coins. Like I said, like we got some more GPU mineable coins coming out, currently Pulsar, but it looks like it's going to go back to CPU. You know, we got that Neo, whatever it's pronounced. That coin's out now, but who knows how it will do. I really think it's a nice intro into gaming, but I don't really think it's going to explode per se, but who knows? We never know. Oh, one thing I wanted to talk about though, seeing how we're all kind of talk about Neo and Flux and I guess and Rust and stuff. I don't know what's going to happen here. I was looking something up and Steam, Rust is currently on Steam. Now there's probably other platforms you can get it on. But there were other blockchain games on Steam. And it seems like Steam is on a banning spree for anything crypto related. So Rust may potentially be banned from Steam moving into the future. I don't know if it actually is or not, but I was actually looking it up and I'm like, this might make a good video. But I was researching it, you know, play to earn games, and a big thing popped up. It was around towards the end of 2021, October, November, and Steam put a ban on it. Anything to do with crypto at all, anything blockchain, anything NFT, Steam removed from its store. And now this just got implemented on Rust, and Rust is on Steam. So there may be potential for Rust to be banned off of the Steam platform once maybe they realize what's going on in it. I don't know though, guys. But don't kill the messenger. It's just what I'm seeing. So I'm just saying, brace yourself. It may happen, but interesting. Anyway, Roblox. Yeah, Roblox would be interesting. And I find that funny because I know Neo, when I went over that video being listed on what to mine, they said it can be done on any game that can be server modded or modded. And most PC games, usually it can be modded. So you may be able to implement this on any game. So I was thinking maybe I'll find an Ark Survival Evolved dev and see if they can implement this into one of their mods. There's some crazy mods out there with custom dinosaurs that are not in the real game, custom resource nodes, custom everything. So legitly you could have a turtle farming Nexa for you all by itself from sitting there idle. You can program this stuff into Ark. So I might talk to one and see if they can implement this into their dinosaur breeding type of game, because there's a lot of potential for this ways to work. As for mining it personally, I really think it's a waste of power, but that's just me. Let's play on Xbox. Actually, Xbox is getting mods or something soon too. Yeah, they added the Godzilla in an Ark. Oh yeah, Xbox has mods and stuff now. I remember reading something about that. So that's cool. That's actually cool. I don't know if PlayStation is getting that or not though. I'm not sure, but maybe they are. Yeah, I forgot about that. Godzilla, the little one, she loves the Godzilla mods on Ark. Godzilla's crazy, especially when you feed him the radiation missiles. He just turns into a fireball of death and just destroys everything. By the way, I do have a gaming channel. If some of you guys are unaware, link is in the description. Be sure to check it out. Subscribe. We do live streams. I try to do a live stream every day, at least every second day. We're doing a live Ark Survival Evolved, starting as a level 1 on an official server, and it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. I didn't get to yesterday's because it was too hot. I had a lot of things going, so hopefully later on today, maybe tomorrow, we will get to episode 5 of that. So come on and hang out. Subscribe to that gaming channel, guys. We have a lot of fun. It's awesome. Sony closed system, they won't allow it. Yeah, Sony's really picky on a lot of things. They don't even allow like early access games into their library. I'm surprised when Ark first dropped, they did allow early access Ark in, but it was already in early access for 2 years on Xbox before it was actually on the PlayStation Store. So yeah, PS is kind of picky on things, but I still like their system. Dan San, did you miss something important? Yeah, you just missed like a $10,000 giveaway. I gave away a complete server PC with a 3090 and a 5950X. Oh man, that sucks. You could have won. No, I'm just kidding, man. There was no giveaway. You didn't miss too much. You just kind of went over everything and stuff. Oh, what's going on? Oh, okay. Anyway, we're coming up to the hour mark. I do have to go to town, so let's just do some Q&A here for a minute. Do you guys have any last minute questions? You know, let's try a voice or something here.
Are you guys into crypto?
Like, you know, stuff like that. Oh, how long have I been mining? It's probably been what? 4 or 5 years now, maybe. So what is it? It's 2020. What is it? 2022. So what is that? 2022. 120. Yeah, around 2017 or so. So like, right, it's actually towards the end of the last bull, or the 2017 bull run. So the early winter in there is kind of when I started mining and whatnot. He telephoned for you. What? Telephone? What do you think about Chia? Chia, I'm still working. I've been downloading the blockchain for like 3 or 4 weeks. I know you can bootstrap it and stuff, but I just been downloading from scratch to get going, so I don't know. But once I finally get my 12 terabytes back online, I have about 150,000 blocks to go. I'm at about a little over 2 million. There's like 2.1 million, 550,000 or something. Then I will see again. But in theory, I think Chia is potentially price to price of a GPU is probably going to be more profitable than a GPU once Ethereum is gone, because I really think GPUs have the chance of being in the red on every single coin. Well, you know, there's probably some gems that nobody has heard of that's not on what to mine, and you can mine them at a profit because people don't know about them. So I gotta lie, there might be some stuff profitable, but for the most part, if you look on what to mine, you may make 1-2 cents. You probably be in the negative. It'll all come down to your power price, because the difficulty is going to really shoot up, and it's going to take a lot of miners to quit mining, sell off their hardware, hold on to their hardware, whatever, for the profitability to start coming back up. But it is power price dependent. Someone paying 40 cents obviously is going to be in a different boat than someone paying like 3-4 cents for power. They're running free power, solar, or something, plugging into the neighbor's garage, you know, stuff like that. You know, things are going to be different depending where you are. But I really think at people at around 7 cents or higher is really going to have a difficult time in being profitable, at least for a large amount of months, probably 6 months, maybe a year after Ethereum is gone. The difficulty will just be crazy. It'll take some time of high difficulty and no profits for people to finally say, all right, I'm done with this crap. You know, that's what it's going to take. People are going to mine thinking, you know, it's going to come back. It's going to do this. And eventually it won't. And people will pull off. Unless you mine for the next 2 years straight, hoping for it, then it will come back in the next bull run. But I don't think people are going to mine at a loss for 2 years, because it's straight out a loss, which is a bad idea. But, you know, somebody might. Some people may do that. So I don't really know. I don't really know on the whole situation with that. But what do you think of R? I think R might be a scam. I don't really know for sure if it is or not, because I saw someone in Discord just posted a thing about R, and they said something about 2,000% something and a 300% API. And I was like, hey, that's a scam written all over it, because Meanwhile, we have Celsius and Coinbase literally going next to bankrupt from all this APY stuff and DeFi that's going on. Now we have a coin coming into a downtrend bear market saying it can do this. I don't believe that. I would not do any type of staking and APY type of stuff on a platform right now because you're probably going to lose your coin. So that's my 2 cents on R currently. I've never tried it. I've never looked into it. So I can't really say what's going on, but that's just what I'm saying there. Internet wireless scheduled down till July 11th. What? Scheduled down? Internet wireless? Red Putz, what are you talking about? I'm confused. What's scheduled down till July 11th? Or are you referring to the whole Rogers thing? You're referring to the whole Rogers thing where, you know, half all of Canada went down. Now I'm on TELUS internet. My internet didn't go down, but I know people in Ontario and stuff, they had no internet due to all this stuff going on. So I don't know if that's what you're referring to in Canada. So yeah, it must be part of the Rogers thing with the wireless going down. Maybe. I don't know. I was not affected on the internet on this side, at least in Alberta here. I'm on TELUS. That was not an effect here. All my stuff was up and running. Obviously, I'm live streaming right now, so my internet's working. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just really find like this should really open up a lot of people's eyes on how centralized the world really is. Seriously, one company wipes out all of Canada from a minor error. Now, there's probably more going on here that they're not telling us. I bet you it's not really just an outage. Maybe Canada's getting hacked. I have no idea. But there is more to this story that we're not being told. If you're unfamiliar, NATO, actually, I don't even want to talk about that stuff because I might get in trouble. Our LHR unlock on all mining programs. I think so. No, not all of them, but the majority of ones, I believe. Well, I was going to say Team Red Miner, but that's AMD. They don't have LHR. But the ones for NVIDIA, LOL Miner, T-Rex Miner, Easy Beezy Miner. I can't remember what it's called, but that is one. Oh, reminds me as we're speaking about this. Okay, guys. So I'm trying an experiment, which I find very, very interesting. I don't know the results yet. It's very early testing, but T-Rex may potentially not be a good miner for your NVIDIA GPUs. As much as I used to love T-Rex, I was actually reading a post a few days ago, and LOL Miner may be the best miner to use. I know what you're thinking. What? Wait, what are you talking about? Why LOL Miner? Now think about it. So LOL Miner, it doesn't actually, T-Rex actually has a little higher reported shares or reported hash rate, so it looks a little better. We're almost going into the Phoenix Miner thing here, but LOL Miner only has a 75% dev fee for like Ethereum and stuff, and T-Rex is 1%. So you're saving 0.25%. Now, that's not the big thing. Now, maybe this is why this may be happening, but it sounds like you're sending more shares on your effective and 24-hour effective. Now, if you rate your things at a pool, so I did swap, I took a screenshot, and I'm solo mining on Wooly Pooly right now on Ethereum, and every 6 hours to 24-hour average, it's usually pretty close to the same within like 5 mega hash every day. So I took a screenshot. I swapped it over to LOL Miner and OCTOMINER 1. And I am seeing higher effective and average hash rates, which means I am sending more shares than what T-Rex Miner was sending, which means I have a better chance of making more money while mining. I'm still early testing phase, so I cannot confirm this yet, but it may look like LOL Miner may be the better miner to use on NVIDIA GPUs. But it now you got to do calculations. It could just be because the dev fee is lower. I don't really know. It does have a slightly lower reported hash rate. The power consumption is fairly close. Now, throughout the whole rig, I am getting a little higher power consumption according to software on the OCTOMINER. But I also cranked up my fans because it's been hot. So I don't know if that's what it is. I will have to test the GPU individually to see if the power consumption remains the same. But I think I did that a while back, and they were pretty close within a watt or two. Anyway, it looks like they are sending more shares on NVIDIA GPUs. I don't know about the AMDs there. Red Putz, I'm not sure. I didn't try the Team Red Miner thing on there to find out for sure. But I could be a future test, but it does look like LOL miner may be winning. Now remember, because you're not mining the dev fee as long, it's only 75%. That means you're also hashing a little longer. So maybe that's where the increased shares is coming as well. I won't know until we kind of calculate how many extra shares we're getting based on extra hash rate and stuff like that. But I just wanted to kind of, you know, if maybe some of you guys want to try it as well and see if you notice the same thing or not. But I just thought it was interesting. I read this thing about it. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try this and see what happens. And speaking of that, oh yeah, so I forgot. We have a little ad thing. So do you guys need a quick pee break? I'm going to hit the ad button right about now. I forgot about the ad button. We're hitting it. Some of you guys have premium, so you're not getting the ad. So we're just kind of talking. And I don't know if what's going on in the background. I don't know if you guys can still hear me through ads or not. Can you still hear me through ads? I don't even know. The RX 570s specifically. What about the 570s? My ping is around 78. T-Rex supports 62 mega hash when LOL shows 32 mega hash. Whoa, that's a big difference there, Raheem. Your reported is only 32 mega hash in LOL miner. There's something crazy going on there. No ad on TV, only on the computer. What? You got it on both? That's insane. What's going on? I see I lost 2 viewers. Hit the ads and people just took off. Said, see you later. I'm out of here. 1 minute 40 ad. 1 minute and 40-second ad. Are you serious? You got an ad and Google thinks you're fat. Oh my gosh. No ad on phone. Seconds ping millisec. Well, there is no ad and yes, can hear it. Huh. Interesting. I don't know what's going on. I hit the button. I forgot about it. Check out Seb's video about the miners. He confirms that LOL miner is better. Interesting. So yeah, I'm doing a test, so I'll confirm it for myself. I like to do my own tests. I don't like listening to some things because I found a lot of misconceptions going on. So I'll check out his video though and see if I come out to the same numbers. But I always like to do all my own testing so that I know for sure. I'll try to experiment with that. LOL versus T-Rex on both Eth and Ergo. I'll share the results. Sounds good, David. Are you in Discord? Any of you guys are not in the Discord, links in the description. Be sure to join Discord. You can join the conversation, see what we're talking about, see what we're doing, and stuff like that. How do you like? Oh yeah, Ergo. Ergo actually has a game changer coming out, guys. Oh, I guess we can talk about that for a quick second. I didn't do a video on that yet. I got a couple topics here I can do videos on. Crazy. But yeah, Ergo. So think about this. Ergo is literally game-changing DeFi. As we know, there's Ergo Dex coming out. They got the Neta thing, yada, yada, you know, cool things. But think about this. Now, you go to Uniswap, right? And then when you're utilizing, you got to swap coins. Say you swap everything. Oh my gosh, I'm out of ETH. I can't do a swap because I need more ETH. If you're on the Uniswap Ethereum chain, you need Ethereum as your gas fees. Now, we know Ethereum is super expensive at bulk times that, you know, it costs a lot to do any type of DeFi stuff. Now, same thing as on Ergo and Ergo Dex, where you use Ergo as, you know, your coin for the gas type of fees back and forth. Obviously, Ergo's gas fees are a lot lower than Ethereum, so it doesn't take very much. But you sometimes run into an issue where you just hit all, you swap all your Ergo over, now you have no Ergo, and you can't do any swap or revert back. So Ergo Dex is doing, or Ergo in general, I don't know how it's working. I don't know if it's Ergo Dex or Ergo in general. I think it's the Ergo blockchain doing this. It's because they're kind of doing, you know, Flux kind of puts their feet in the door with everybody. Ergo is going to have the ability to pay for your gas with custom coins. Any coin, legitimately. So like, I don't know to the extent that it's going by, if it's only based on partners they currently have. But for example, oh no, guys, I'm out of Ergo. How am I going to do a swap now? I want to do some more DeFi stuff. Now I got to wait till I mine my Ergo or something. You'd be like, no problem. I'm going to use my KDA. I'm going to use some of my Ethereum. I'm going to use some of my Raven coin. You know, this is how they're implementing pretty much any custom coin to be able to be used as gas on the Ergo Dex and Ergo platform. So I think this is actually game changing. No other coin does this. They always want to utilize their own legit coin. So this could bring a lot more users to Ergo for, you know, this very reason with DeFi and stuff. Ergo is doing a lot of great things. This really reminds me of early DeFi Ethereum coming into the Ergo chain on top of being a more efficient algorithm to mine. And now they're utilizing any coin for potential gas fees. That's awesome. Ergo is not on Zergpool, so no. Ergo's Techman sad. He loves Zergpool. He's mines whatever, gets paid out in his Bitcoin. It's got to be on Zergpool or it's a no-go. That's awesome though. I'm thinking about making like, I know a lot of you guys asked BTC. It's all about this current market and everything. BTC is like the safest coin. You know, mining, getting paid in BTC, getting paid in Zerg Pool does that for anything they support. So I'm thinking about putting out just a straight up Zerg Pool guide. That way, when I do a how-to video, I can say, you know, if you want to get paid on BTC, you want to utilize Zerg Pool, see this video. So I want to just do like a Zerg Pool. This is Zerg Pool, how to run Zerg Pool, and then on its own thing. Because Zerg Pool has a lot of features in it that a lot of people like. Techman being one of them, where you can mine straight algorithms. So example, if you're a CPU miner and you want to mine Bitorium and Raptorium and anything else, I believe Urbis, once it gets in an exchange, will probably be on Zerg Pool. So you're going to have 3 Ghost Rider coins there, and you can mine the complete algorithm, and whatever's the most profitable is what it will switch to and mine for you and pay you out in whatever coin you want. Now, Bitcoin is the most popular choice. So you can mine the entire Ghost Rider algorithm on your CPU and then get paid out in Bitcoin. That's, you know, that's an awesome feature of a pool. I think we need a lot more pools like this. Most pools are like mine Ethereum, get paid out in Matic, or get paid out in Ethereum, get paid out in Bitcoin through 2 miners. But it's just that. Zerg Pool is a bunch of these smaller coins that a lot of you guys probably haven't even heard of, which can be very profitable. You may call it, you know, the SH word coin or a crap coin or whatever you want. But the point is, a lot of them are profitable, and you know, you guys might have to utilize things like this on hitting those lower difficulty coins to remain profitable and get paid out in that Bitcoin. So it's another thing to do instead of, because I really think once Ethereum does move to the merge, everyone's going to go to what to mine and just be like, okay, this coin, this coin, this coin, this coin. And what to mine is going to be flooded with hash rate. Meanwhile, Techman, myself, Rudputz, maybe Fudweiser, we're going to be hanging out on Zerg Pool, you know, mining this coin that everyone thinks is absolute trash and making 3 times more money than you guys. We're the ones laughing when everyone else is laughing at us thinking we're mining crap. That's okay. That's okay. We're getting our Bitcoin and we're getting a lot more of it. Anyway, so I guess we will wrap this one up. I appreciate everyone for showing up to this live stream 100%. I will see you guys all on the next one. Where's my button? Here we go.
Rabid out.